That definitely hits.
Ooh, and he's grappled.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is now grappled. I bring my large jaw on him, like I chomp down like right at his waist. His like upper half of his body is like in my mouth, and I just pick him up and I shake him back and forth like a dog with a chew toy. It's like
It's automatically grappled, so then it would have to
And
use
he's
his
just
action.
flailing around like, oh my god!
Oh god.
Yeah, he's freaking
It's
out.
eating me!
blood spraying everywhere.
Yeah, he's like yelling in Elvish. Alright. Actually, the other guys would be human. So now he's just yelling in, let's say Vistani. Let's make it something interesting. The
Liet
guy-
Suka.
Suka Bliet.
The guy over by Phoebe picks up a sword, uses half his movement to do so, and kind of positions himself to run away, at least get in a better position to run away, but then attacks Phoebe with the... Actually, could be bad.
Yeah, I
Could
hope she
cause-
doesn't die.
Yeah.
Do NPCs have death saves? Because
I'm gonna.
She's not considered an NPC.
I'm gonna preemptively do two. Actually, no, I only have one reaction. Well, I'm gonna preemptively do one blood maledict on one of the attacks to give.
Yeah, you're probably out of those at this point.
I have 3, and I
Oh.
think I've only used the one. So
I
this
thought you
is-
used one last session, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I would trust
It's,
you.
if she dies,
either
I can
have
just
one or
revive
two.
her.
So, yeah.
I will trust you all the same. So that makes it miss. Then he does another attack. We'll see what happens. You may need to use it again. Actually, you can't. So
Oh yeah,
we'll see
that's what I was
happens.
saying. I can't.
17 will hit. Even if -4, it will do 14, and 14 is greater than 10. So she gets hit no matter what.
Hmm.
All right, this con save will matter whether she's conscious or not. So we'll see what happens. She's
Ooh,
still.
nice.
She does not take the full damage, so she takes 14 plus 4. So 18 damage. So she's really hurt. She lets out a low, like a muffled scream. She's like biting her teeth. And she. Biting her lip is what I meant to say. Then she has to do another con save with advantage to see if she's still concentrating on the Bane. Yeah, she is. She's fine.
Damn.
2 nats on those contracts.
Yeah, she got 2 crits in a row.
Yeah, Warmaster, Warcaster's a nice feat for that.
Yep. Yeah, I picked that for her because it made sense for a paladin to get that. Yeah, that's her turn. Now she's responding back.
I tell her, get behind me, damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't come up here to carry your corpse to Michael.
I'm gonna do a check to see if she's gonna keep attacking or she's gonna back away. She's kind of headstrong, so let's see if she rolls 2. She's actually gonna back away.
She's also bleeding to death. I'd say, like, jump behind cover over here.
All right, so she's gonna disengage because she's without her armor. She's using a weapon she's less familiar with, relatively speaking. And she's just gonna, let's see, she can move 30 feet. So, all right, that's what she'll do. She's actually gonna run over here to hide down, like by these stairs, like past these stairs to like take cover. She's gonna crouch down behind it, and she's gonna get 3/4 cover.
Good. Okay.
So she's in a much better state. And she just says, when she's running by you, all you guys, she's like, I don't know who you are, but thanks. And with that, that's her turn. Actually, she just used an action.
Well, we haven't got a team name yet, but we'll think of one.
It wasn't
Just said the lucky.
Need one.
The hero, the heroes of Alaki, or whatever you call it. But that's, she would not know that.
Heroes is sort of subjective.
Yeah, the last time she was in the Locky was before you guys were even there. Does she do anything else? She could do a vow of enmity. She wouldn't do that if she's in a defensive position. So she's actually gonna do nothing at all now.
That's okay.
She doesn't have any spells that use bonus actions, I don't think.
We'll just keep doing the heavy lifting. for
Actually,
it.
she has
It's all
Hunter's
good.
Mark, so it should do that. But it doesn't help anybody but herself, but
Yeah.
still, she
Shit.
might be moving forward again.
She doesn't have a ranged weapon to switch to, I'm assuming.
she doesn't have any other weapon right now. She just has the short sword.
Mm.
Oh, Hunter's Mark is broken for some reason. Great. I think it's considered an attack. It is not. So, whatever. She does it. How does it work? Does it need a save? No, it does not. She's going to do it against the assassin. So the assassin is marked. Just put an effect on him.
She could pick up one of these crossbows off all these
Yeah,
dead bodies.
that's what I was thinking
if
also.
she wanted.
Yeah, but she wants to get into cover more, so I'm going to flip
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, not-
next
not this
round.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe extra.
Yeah,
But all the same, the thing is marked, but as only her gets the effect, she'll get more damage and be able to track it. But that is Cass. So you can take away the slot. That actually would get rid of the Bane. Actually, then she wouldn't do that. What am I thinking? God. Alright, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't have any other bonus actions. So that's it. Alright, the spies, they're attacking one in Lucian. One on one and one on Lucian.
Those guys have been really afraid to come to us. Huh?
Yeah, they've
I've been waiting for them.
Yeah, it's almost as if that bridge is booby trapped or something.
I'm
Maybe.
still gonna run across.
That one's aimed at Lucian and misses. This one's aimed at 1 and has -4 on it. That won't
Oh,
matter. Actually,
jeez. Oh, yeah, that will.
Your
If it's
AC
-4, yeah.
actually, yeah, you have 19 right now. It won't hit you no matter what, because you have 19.
Yeah.
Because you actually no, you picked your dagger.
I did
so
pick the
actually-
dagger, but I switched out the sword for the dagger, and
Oh.
it takes
if
a
you did
lot
that,
more
then-
effort to unequip the shield than it
Yeah,
would the
yeah,
rapier.
You're right. You're right. If I didn't know you did get rid of that. I believe we got rid of the shield. Then you're fine because you have 19 still. Then you don't take any damage. Then we go to the flesh golem, who is dead. I don't know why I have him on there. Get rid of Lucian.
All right, Lucian's gonna run over here. He's gonna hold up. Well, can I hold my attacks until one?
You can only. The thing is, with a held attack, you can only attack once because you can only hold
no.
one action. Period.
Not
Even
really.
if it's a multi-attack.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah. They don't have
Gonna
that much
go-
AC that you need to worry about it.
Oh, if only you had. Oh.
Well,
Well, like curse you, I guess.
uh,
So go ahead and roll a D100 and see what happens. 75 on the crit fail means that the guy that you're attacking can do an attack of opportunity. So he does that.
He already had a reaction last round. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, you're right because you moved. Yeah, that would not matter. He cannot do an attack of opportunity. Then I'm gonna still give him another effect though.
okay.
Because I've been doing it for you guys. It'd be weird
Yeah,
to
yeah,
not do
yeah.
it for them. Missing that blow now puts you in a surprise state, meaning the next attack against you is at advantage. So
Okay.
pick the thing for that.
Well,
This
I'm
guy is
still
doing
gonna
really good.
keep slashing at this asshole. Oh.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
roll.
All right, so the 15 hits. So go ahead and roll the sun sword damage and the So
Boom,
15.
boom.
And roll a D100 again.
69, everyone's favorite number.
Okay, so they need to make a dex check or they drop their weapon.
This guy just can't keep his weapon. Huh? He's just-
Yeah. It was a really intense fight
Wow.
with just this one guy.
Yeah, you can actually move it 10 feet within range.
Okay, I kick it all the way down to the floor.
Yeah, I was
Down.
gonna say that was.
I read the wrong thing. 1 second. 69.
Another
Yeah, no,
alternative
I
is
did the right- I
inside
did
the fire.
It's the exact same thing. I just thought they weren't smart enough to do that. So where'd you put it? Right there.
No, I was gonna kick it like off of the side of this temple.
That is actually fine.
This?
Yeah, this little. It's more like a little just
Yeah.
platform. Shouldn't
Yeah,
take a
but
letter
I'll
of that.
kick it to the very bottom so that no one can.
Say,
like,
alternatively, you could kick it in the fire so when he grabs it, he damages himself. But, yeah.
Yeah, if he would even go for it, I don't know. But all the same, I'm gonna go with Lucian's recommendation, and it goes down
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's
It's
now,
his decision.
yeah, on the ground.
Oh.
That
Let's see.
is your turn, unless you're moving anymore.
Gonna say I think I have 10 more feet, but I want to stand fire, but I'm going to move here because I want to do something next turn. And
Because
yeah,
you,
that's-
you want one to stand in the fire,
Actually,
she wants...
yeah. My bad. I just thought about that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so
Alright,
it is
that's-
Darius's turn.
Right. Darius stands up.
Yep.
Goes to that ledge. Alright. I guess when in doubt, advance. Okay, first thing, I'm going to fireball this fool. He
Yep,
kills
that
me.
will hit
Cool.
13. Not bad. Maybe 13 damage to this assassin.
Cool. And then I'm going to Misty Step down there.
Down where?
Down here.
Oh, not very far. Okay then. Yeah.
And
You
do my
do
best, you
Ballsy.
go rah behind.
Yep. Try to
Surprise.
intimidate him.
Yes.
After
so
hitting
I
him with the
can-
firebolt, you actually do intimidate him.
kind of
Least to an
pitiful
extent.
compared to the T-Rex is raw. But...
Oh yeah.
you know,
quite
not
pathetic,
enough
actually.
for a flag.
Uh, quick question, Shane. Did this guy take
What?
his 40 before?
Yeah, because he seems pretty healthy, I was going to say.
Yeah. Which? Oh no, I did not apply the damage to him.
Yeah, and I don't think
Um,
my damage applied to him from last time either. But...
No, I applied the damage from you. You reminded
right,
me, and I
right.
did do it. I know that. So 15, and then you do 25 on top of that.
I was just a little scared. He just was green after.
No.
He's
no.
immune to
You're right, I
damage.
did forget about that. I'm gonna get rid of the rock off the layer now because it doesn't have any relevance. 1.
So, nothing fancy. One's going to flank this guy, stab him in the back,
Yep.
like, hey,
Yep.
I'm back. Get it? I'm at your back. Oh,
wow.
Double
Okay,
crits
well,
on him.
very likely going to kill him. We'll see. 14 and
Yeah.
6 or 5. That's 19. So it's literally just enough to kill him. So he's dead. You don't even need to bother rolling a D100. Well, she
Oh,
could give you
but I
advantage.
want to
on
see
your next attack.
super cool stuff.
So a 2 and a 56. A 2. That would not have any effect anymore. Yeah. 2. The 2 doesn't give you anything at all. The 56. They're all like disarming and or opportunity attack or grappling your target. So because
Can
you
I-
kill your target, you don't get any effect.
Because I rolled like that many crits and you don't have anything, can I have like a bonus action and to like kick the soot of the fire into the eyes of these guys?
I'll let you I'll let you do that. It wouldn't be a damaging, but it would
Yeah,
be
but
like
a disadvantage to
searing
hit
effect.
sort of thing. But yeah,
It'd be like a little cloud.
sure, sure. Whatever you
yeah.
want, but I would,
No,
like,
that's
kick
fine.
the-
It was just to be like a little obscuring effect, kind of. And you do that, and then I'm gonna do perception checks on these guys automatically to see if they can see through it, because I want to. That way I can kind of determine ahead of time whether they're gonna even be affected by it. So perception and perception. Wow. Okay. The one down below here is having really bad luck with like all the stuff. So he cannot see anything.
kick like that
He just-
fiery ashes in
he
their
can't
faces.
quite tell where you guys are. Let's put like that.
Probably
Not
just
really
for a single round, although I doubt he's going to survive
Yeah.
next round.
It's not going to be more than a round. The other guy can still make out where you guys are. All right, that is your turn. T-Rex, you still have a guy. Actually, that guy's grappled. I don't know why I didn't give it to you. That guy is grappled by you.
Alright, I got this guy in my mouth. How high is the ceiling in here?
Like, let's say about 10 feet above your head. It's pretty tall, actually. Actually, you're down below in the ravine. It's actually going to be decently high if you're still in the ravine. I would say about 20, 30 feet above you, 20, 25 feet. It's a large cavern. Enough that if you like threw him, you could probably hit it, but it'd be
Here-
you lose the grapple.
Here's what I would like to do. I like to lower my head down and then fling my head up. And as I do that, I'm going to open up my mouth and I'm going to chuck this guy into the roof, smack the ceiling, and then he falls onto the floor.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I thought it was
like
going to fall
everything
in your
about it.
mouth, but yeah, that is cool.
No, that's great.
I actually thought you were
then-
going to like doubly screw him by like drowning him at the same time you're biting him, but it's pretty nice.
I'm gonna look at the damage you normally do with your bite attack. So it's gonna be a 4d12. I'm gonna make it a 3d12 with nothing else. To see what the effect is for bludgeoning damage. It's purely bludgeoning damage. 25 bludgeoning damage from the impact with the ceiling, and then he takes, let's say, 30 feet of falling damage.
Falling damage. Yeah.
It's uncontrolled, so it'd be, I think it's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah.
So 3d6. Wow, not very much, but all the same. And he's also prone. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Goddamn. Yeah.
And then did that count like... What did that count as?
That was your attack action. If you want to do like a tail
Okay.
flip, you can. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I can't attack the same creature with my bite and my tail,
Can't
but
believe he's still alive.
I didn't actually do a bite on him.
No, I'm
I
gonna
just-
be really, really generous because
I just chucked him into the ceiling.
yeah, I'm thinking that's cool. I'm wanting to cool moments trump the rules. So go ahead.
So as he like lands, he like face plants on the floor, maybe like hawks the wind out of him. I just kind of like angle my body. I lift up my tail. I show him my bare ass, and then I go slap.
Nice.
Zound thump.
Nice. That's definitely gonna hit. 13. This guy is nearly dead, but not quite.
I can't believe he's surviving this.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, right.
very barely alive. He's got like broken ribs of all kinds.
I mean, he's fighting a T-Rex. That's impressive. If he
Yeah.
were to live,
Yeah.
he would have quite the tail.
He'd get all the ladies.
Too
Or
bad
men.
he's
I don't assume.
super dead.
Maybe both.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just playing with my food.
Yeah. Are you gonna move anymore? You do
Yell
still
at
have to move if you want.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't move, and I got a 10-foot reach, so I'm gonna move. Let's see. I still want to be within 10 feet of this guy.
Yeah, I'll let you move like if you wanted if you wanted to move as far north as you can move like right there because it involves climbing up the ravine, which is kind of awkward.
As long as I'm still within 10 feet. Yep.
Yep, I did
Cool.
that on purpose. All right, so Michael, it hasn't been your turn since you lost
Boom.
your internet.
Oh,
definitely-
hot damn.
Ooh, wild magic.
Oh wait, let's
That's-
see how
yeah.
high level I can cast this because I really want to kill this guy before it tries to kill me.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. in
Please
retrospect.
attack the one who isn't
Let's
blind.
let's do level 3.
A crit on this spell is gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, Stick Wounds is already a decent amount of damage. So, all right.
Oh, whoop, didn't mean to do that.
Go ahead and just click the damage on there, and then we can add additional damage on top of it.
So I click on the damage and then it tells me what level do I want to cast.
No, it's just that you go ahead and click on the. There
That's
we go.
that's what it. Yeah, that's what it did.
Yeah. Interesting. So. Yeah, I think because you did higher level cast it, that is how that will work. So yeah, you just obliterate this guy. Like necrotic damage, I don't even know what necrotic damage necessarily look like, but this guy is super
It's just like
dead.
this black misty energy emanating from my hand, going.
Just say he skeletonizes,
Ow.
like essentially
Eyes,
kind of
eyes.
melts into. It like the effect from Last Crusade. This guy just ate
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
skeleton and
Don't-
dies.
I want to see your wild magic. Is that the
Yeah, he
thing?
still does that. That's still gonna happen. It's just
I
that,
wanna know what he gets.
yeah, he skeletonizes this assassin in front of Darius, which is kind of metal. Then go ahead and roll at D10,000.
Oh yeah, I
You
guess
don't get that as often.
this is my first critical spell attack. Then.
Yeah, yeah, it is for you.
Okay, it was a D1000.
10,000.
I'm gonna do that. I've never had to.
You just roll it. It's just if you type it in manually, it'll work. Like /R and D and then 10,000.
I wonder if someone ever.
It's 4 zeros. There you go. 3,016. Let's see what that will do.
I want to know what the 10,000.
It's probably insane. I've never actually looked, and I don't know if I want to.
Planet shatters.
Yeah, it's probably
Become
something
a
retarded.
god.
Oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Ooh, no, I'm gonna do the effect that's just below it because it's cooler. The caster's next spell appears to transform him into a demon.
Oh, that's fitting.
Yeah.
That's like a temporary illusion effect. That'll be cool. I will make that interesting when it happens. All right, now it's the assassin's turn. There is only one left. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh no, I was clearing my throat.
Okay. All right. So the one that you almost destroyed, it stands up wearily, shaky-legged, and just stares at you, both terrified in a sense, trying to muster all his professional willpower.
I do the like come on motion like with my paws, like but my hands are so small. It's like
Yeah, little
come on.
T-Rex- yeah, little T-Rex arms.
Little T-Rex arm with like 3 claws beckoning him to come over.
Yeah, he moves closer.
Oh, he's got some balls on him.
Man.
This guy is-
Yeah,
Is
these
this guy
guys
looking for
are.
a job?
Yeah, these guys are kind of like, sort of like mindless, or not mindless, but they're incredibly devoted, like cult, like followers of Strahd.
They've got a code.
essentially.
Ah,
They
right.
must
Yeah,
get paid
so-
a lot. He must get like so much money on that paycheck to run at a T-Rex.
It's
Their
more that he
per diem is probably ridiculous.
All right, so he does nothing because actually no, 14 does hit. So you need to do a con save.
You're fine.
Yep.
So I take half.
9 plus 26, so
No, half. Right.
9 plus 13,
Yep.
so 22.
Yep.
You're almost out of polymorph.
Almost. All this fucking poison damage is really taking away my
Adds
health.
up.
I am not a fan either.
Yeah, I can see why. All right.
Oh, his second attack was nat 1. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I do still need to apply that because he did do it. He did do it. So D100 and 12.
Seppuku.
Not 12 is never that bad. Oh, well, you have advantage on your next attack against him. Not that you really need it, but
Goodbye.
Yeah, right.
It's Phoebe's turn. She have anything that doesn't require concentration? She doesn't get rid of Bane unnecessarily. Not really.
And I yelled to her, "Don't worry, I got this. Just don't die. Put some hands on yourself or something." Don't paladins have some lay
Yeah, lay on hands. They
Yeah.
do that.
You're
I know what I'll
dying.
do. Okay, I'm gonna do a combination of things. She's going to do a lay on hands on herself, like you suggested, because that would make the most sense as her action. She has 40 points, she'll do, let's say, 20. Let's just say 25 points, so she's at 29.
And she can also reach for the bows or something on the ground.
No, she's not doing that right now.
Oh.
She then, we'd actually deduct the points, so she has 15 Landhound points left, and then she casts Misty Step to get next to, or as close to Michael as she can. She can move a little bit. She can get like next to him. She'll go right there. That makes more sense. She goes like right up here. She's got a tiny bit of cover against this little cutout in the wall. She gives Michael a reassuring nod, or nod of gratitude even.
Yeah, I see this like silhouette,
Yeah, I
like,
didn't help
silvery
at all.
thing just kind of float down over next to me, and I just look over to him like, you need to teach me how to do that.
It's the spy's turn. There are only 2 left of those, and they attack Lucian and 1 again. 1 on top, attacking Lucian.
Give me your best shot. Just kidding. Don't do. Give me
Please
your
don't.
Next to best. Give me your
Right.
next to best shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
give me
So
your
it's
worst
15.
shot.
So you take 5 piercing,
Oh
So
no!
hit.
Don't let me lose mine.
and then and then you'll have to take a con save, or if your concentration is going.
Where do I?
You still make it, so you still have your Shadow Blade. The other one does a crossbow attack against 1. It's pretty much guaranteed.
Give
to
me your
miss
worst
unless
shot,
you get
I
critical.
say, as the other guy hits Lucy.
Yeah, that guy misses. At
See, you just have to
disadvantage on the
ask
attack,
nicely.
and-
See, Lucy?
Yeah. Alright, so that one no longer blinded by that
Oh, but
cloud.
I am going to include that. Please don't attack the blind one until the other one's dead, Lucian, because I have something special for that one I wanted to do.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's now your turn, Lucy.
Okay, so question: how far can I jump? Like, is there a height difference?
It works in that if you're trying to do like a running jump, or if you're trying to do a
Yeah.
standing jump.
I want to I don't know how far back I would have to move, but I want to jump.
It's only a minimum of I think
That's
5
fine.
feet to be able to move, to get a running jump distance. I need to check real quick.
Okay. Because I want to you know how like in the Assassin's Creed things they like jump off of buildings and shit.
Yeah, long jump. You need to move at least 10 feet, actually, not 5 feet. Immediately before the jump, when you make a standing long jump, you can leave only half that distance. Actually, that's a standing long jump. You're doing a running long jump. So, when you make a long jump, you cover a feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Oh, my strength scores.
I assume the jump distance doesn't count against his movement distance, yes?
What do you mean? The jump, if he
It's
tries
like
to make a
he's-
jump across this side, then he's gonna have to make a strength. It'd be an athletics check plus his.
I'm just saying,
the
because he
DC
moved
that's
back.
based on his strength.
He moved back 10. He has to move forward 15. So, and there's 2 squares to go. If he only has movement of 30, there's.
No,
No,
I
as far as he'd be able
Yeah.
to, he'd be able to grab the ledge on the other side. All the same, he would need to do an athletics check to be able to make the jump.
Okay, is there
Sure.
any way I can land on this guy?
Yeah.
With my sword?
No,
Like,
because
I'm-
you're unfortunately you're moving too far back.
You
It's
can
you're
dash
not
for
firm
extra
enough.
movement, but
Yeah, you can do that, but then you wouldn't be able to attack with your blade.
That's
what
essentially would
if
land on them.
what if he attacked on the way down and then grabs the edge? Down from the jump, he attacks and
No, you're using your bonus action you're using an action to do the jump in the first place, so you cannot attack at
okay.
all.
Well,
The best he could probably do would be using his dash as a part of that. I would let him do that because it's consuming his movement, and then he would land on the person, be on top of them. But that would be the best thing he can do.
I'm not gonna do that. But I was gonna. do that, but instead I'll just run over.
Oh, here comes the booby trap. Here comes the booby trap.
I mean, I'm gonna run over and do it.
Yeah, are you still standing on the bridge or between them? Okay.
Oh no,
Oh, no,
he's
I'm
asking,
gonna-
are you on the bridge?
Oh yeah, I ran across it for sure.
No, I was just saying, like, you were standing, you were to stay on it. No, I get what you're doing. You're
No.
20 feet, now you're behind them, that's fine. Nothing happened, there is no booby trap.
I wasn't really worried about it, but So
Yeah, that
I'm
hits. That
God
will be
damn.
fail. And then
Wow,
you do your.
that is yin yang as fuck.
man.
Yeah.
Well, this is for the first.
That does 13. Take a decent amount of damage.
You got your play inspiration, you could spend that, but I know it's not necessarily worth it.
I don't think he has it in it anymore.
No,
I vaguely
yeah.
remember a lot of people using theirs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 77 on the fail table. Whoa, that's. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's say like that did not make any sense. Oh, okay, they can make an attack opportunity, so they will.
Okay. Give me your worst shot. I say, learning from it.
There you go.
Damn.
So you take
That does
8.
hit.
Take 8 piercing.
You have to ask nicely.
Then you can do, yeah, your con save is fine. So you still have the blade, which then means you
Yeah.
can do the attack with it.
Yep.
That hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing is nearly dead, very close to death.
Did that guy get an attack of opportunity? Or?
No, you're right. That guy did not.
yeah.
He should have. That's a good point.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he moved within his.
Yeah, thanks, one.
Stay
You
within it.
narc.
Did not hit anyway. Alright. So that's Lucian's turn, so Darius' turn.
Yeah, I heard one, so I'm not going to indiscriminately fireball these guys.
There's only a couple
Fireball.
left. Jeez.
I felt like, damn.
I fireballed the guy up here.
Yeah, that has a lot of range. I forgot about that. Like a shit.
does.
Don't you?
Um,
Isn't this guy available? I have something planned for that guy. Please don't kill him.
Wait, you said the blind one, right?
Yeah, I have something planned for the blind one, the one who's just
This
restored
one
his
here,
soul.
but he won't kill him with a firebolt. There's absolutely no way. He can
Wait,
hit it.
I'm not aiming at the guy with this blind.
Oh, I saw a ping up
He's also
against
not
there. I thought
blind.
that was you.
No, this guy, right?
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to see him.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is all
so
elevated.
like I'm not sure how to picture this
No.
room.
It's too tall. This is let's say this thing is 5 feet higher, and then this is another 5 feet. Then there's no way you could see that person at the angle you're at, and you're already kind of like in a little bit. of a
Okay,
depression.
sure, fine.
Yeah. You can barely
Well-
see this guy. Like this person is like 3/4 covered. This person doesn't have any cover. But
No,
Oh
we got
well,
Stu
that's an
finish.
obvious choice then, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's-
there's
yeah,
only
no,
one
yes.
guy, with a clear shot I have. I'm just going to move. Oh, there's an arcade here, next to Nikhil and.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
move like this far.
You want me to roll again?
Oh, you want to hit that guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's not good.
No, I mean that 19. You already rolled it. Don't worry about it. You hit
I
him.
want
You're
to
almost
spare
certainly gonna kill
him
him.
death by Tyrannosaurus bite. That
Yeah.
just
Yeah, sure. You definitely hit him no matter what. So go ahead and roll. And you're almost certainly gonna kill him. Yeah. Let's say you like hit him in the head from across the room, and it like takes off part of his head, and he
just go
Alright.
quietly.
yeah.
Damn. Took Stu's meal.
Well,
Just a-
don't
a
you
little
know the
context.
meat is still there.
Oh, yeah, you just
Yeah.
cooked it for him.
Yeah, it's a little done now.
I know he likes his steaks well
Hit your own chicken.
All right. You have a 20 more feet of movement if you want to move anymore.
Yeah, that's just to be clear. I don't know what's going on. Let's just move up there, right?
I mean, that would make
It's
sense.
going to go ahead. Oh god,
Yeah.
that's more. Yeah, that's my turn.
Not very many more. There's actually there's only 2 more enemies left.
No, I'm just saying. Oh god, there's more room. I didn't really learn
Yeah.
something in this
They
game.
very, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thankfully, yeah, there's nothing coming from that direction that you guys are aware of. Alright. 1.
Okay, so annoyingly, Lucian had the same idea as I had originally, but I had something else extra. But she's basically going to run from that direction to that direction on top of the guy, and both of them be prone, basically. If you get me, I'd be on
Yeah.
top of him.
Yep, the
Yeah.
thing that Wuxing was considering, yeah, you can totally do the same exact thing. It would still require athletics checks because you don't have enough strength to be able to make the thing without trying.
Yeah. So,
So,
am
athletics.
I athletics? Not my
Then it'll be
strong.
opposed by them. They
Not
might
my
be able to
strong
remain
suit. Am I able to
standing.
do acrobatics, or is it just athletics?
To make a jump like that, you would. No, that kind of pinning thing is not very acrobatic.
Never
I'm gonna
mind.
say athletics.
Apparently they're the
Oh.
same modifier anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, fuck me.
Now
I
do a
fall
dex
into
check.
the backs of boxes.
Do a dex check.
Yeah,
See if you get if you like if you grab hold of the ledge.
dex.
No, you do. So you're hanging by your hand, like right next to the spy.
Oh, I'm
The
dangling
end
on the
here.
bridge. Oh, on that side, okay.
That used your action, so how much did you use? Most of your movement, I think.
Now what was
Yeah, you did.
what was
so-
supposed to happen? We were both being on the ground. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
one's not seen this T-Rex before. As both of
Yeah.
us realise, as he gets his vision back, that there's a T-Rex charging towards both of us, and we were both going to scream comedically.
Yeah. One is like, what the fuck is that? Never seen anything like that in your entire life, despite seeing some crazy shit in Barovia. This is whack.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you're holding your hand on the thing. That was your action. I would say you still have a bonus action if you have something you can do.
I'll switch to a dagger, I guess.
Yeah, you can do that. It would be, yeah. Let's say you're doing it with one hand, so you're taking the dagger with the other hand. That means that one of your hands is occupied, though. So either you have to have no hand, like take your shield away, or
It's the
not having something in your main hand. Yeah. So one thing or the other.
It's fine. It doesn't really
Just
matter.
say-
I'm
let's
sure
just say
these
you're
guys are going to
unarmed and
die
you have
next
your
round
shield.
anyway. But yeah, just go on. End of
Make
turn.
it simple. All right, T-Rex. Your meal is a little bit cooked, but all the same, it's now not moving.
I turn and move. Looks like I just need to go 10 feet.
Yep. You can actually spend, if you want. I don't know how much total movement you have, but either way, you can spend
50.
like 50. Yeah, you can spend the remaining amount of it to kind of like clamber on the side here if you want.
He uses his little arms to clamber up a high space.
No, it's more like he's using his legs to like dig into the side.
Depending on how high this is, I mean, I'm huge.
10 feet. I'm just saying that your legs aren't 10 feet tall, so they're tall. But I think what I'm saying is you can get right here if you spend all your movement.
The ledge is
there.
like what, table size to him?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
One is
And then I
rightfully terrified of
will-
this butler.
Yeah, I'll just chomp down on this one in front of me right here.
Yep. Yep, that makes sense.
Just open up my jaw, do like a roar, and just clunk.
Yep.
Like on Jurassic Park, like when the T-Rex takes the guy off the toilet.
Oh yeah, the lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have advantage on this attack because of the
Yep.
Sure.
critical fail
Yes, you do.
that
You're
this
right.
guy did.
As well as
Yes.
flanking, but it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, the flanking wouldn't affect here, unfortunately.
Oh,
But
well, never
because
mind.
of you're kind of like in a weird position. But it does not matter. That hits. You probably will kill them because you do so much damage you did. Alright, so you just come down and you like disembowel this thing, you cut it in half right in front of one.
And then I got multi-attack, so on
Yep.
the one up here, I'm gonna slap with my tail.
Yep.
Knock him off the edge, yeah.
That hits. That will kill no matter what, because I know your strength, so it will kill it. Yeah, then you like slam him back against like off the side into the wall, and like slams into the wall hard enough. It's like splat. I'm not like a mist of blood, but it's like seriously.
Bone,
And the one in front of me, like when I chop down on the body, as I pick my head up, like only like the top half is in
Yeah.
my mouth, like the bottom half just like stays put.
Yeah, kind of collapses in front of one. That's actually all the enemies here, so a very gross end to a long battle.
Yeah. Like as
We did it.
Lucian turns around to see this T-Rex slap him,
Yeah.
he just screams like one. He sounds exactly like, a little girl.
Yeah, I hear the screams from two young ladies on the and knowing that it's Cole, I'm just gonna yell, be like, "Ladies, it's Cole.
When you
He's a giant lizard."
when you do that, I kind of like close my jaw and I cock my head at you like a dog. I'm like, huh?
Nice.
He says, "Oh,
Yeah.
are you sure?"
I'm like angry.
Yeah, and with the end of the battle, everything falls quiet.
Yeah.
Like it just notice like everything suddenly.
Kind of like
Not listening.
angrily like, oh, you could warn a guy next time, Cole. I say, lecturing a T-Rex, you probably couldn't understand me.
Scream in space.
I don't
Speak to him in T-Rex.
I don't understand shit.
I've
I'm just
got-
like
Yeah.
cocking my head at you, kind of like adjusting my neck, like, huh? What?
Yeah.
I
Only
mean,
more, that's the cost you have is that your mental faculties go to crap.
I
Yeah.
said
Freedom when you're
you
a
can
T-Rex.
warn someone next time. You don't-
Anyway, after everything calms down, I dismiss it. Just psh.
Yep. All right, let me get you back in here.
I had 6 HP left.
Turn off the whole.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, Cole is back.
Whoa.
And
it's
small.
fine.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I shrunk too far down.
Oh no.
I shrunk the coal.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of dead people everywhere throughout this cavern. But you have succeeded in your hard-fought rescue.
Hooray!
Immediately, when the fighting dies down, Phoebe just starts walking past Michael and gives him a small smile, something that she doesn't really do very often, and then makes her way immediately all the way over here to a footlocker where she knows her stuff was taken. And then she immediately starts getting all her gear and re-equipping herself.
I'm like,
Can
right.
I ask her if this is the extent of this cavern? Because I don't know. This looks like.
No, don't worry about that. That's just a map effect. It does. The cave does go more to the west, but you, whatever. If you want to explore that, you can. There is something over here across the river. There's a little side thing over here, and then you guys came from the southwest. So, yeah. Anyway, let me give her all her equipment back.
Can we check this room for stuff and also the body? More importantly.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something we're going to be doing. Give me a moment. She is
Yeah.
equipped. All right, she has her battle axe, her shield.
Yeah,
her
Michael, this
splint.
is your friend, right?
Yeah, as she's like walking over there and be like, "Hey, it's good to see you." Oh, that's
yeah.
blood.
Yeah, you're like barely alive.
And I like
Um,
awkwardly
And then,
jam an injection in
gonna-
your ass. It's like, there you go,
gonna-
heal up.
Cast Cure Wounds on her.
Oh, very nice. Because she was going to return the favor and do her remaining.
You
amount
do
of
a
lay on
healing hug on
hands
each other.
on you.
Ah.
All right, so heal her for 7, and then she heals you for 15.
I say, like, everyone line up for healing. Sorry to break up the moment, but yeah, continue.
I'll give you the health there, Michael. All right. So she's out of lay on hands. She looks like around. She hasn't said anything yet, actually, this whole time. She's been looking around to just kind of taking stock of that you're with all these other people, and she doesn't know who they are. And that's what she asks. He's like, "It's nice to see you again," kind of sarcastically. Not sarcastically, that's the right word, but more jokingly. And then asks, "You've made some new friends, it seems."
I wouldn't call them that.
I'm like walking right by you, say, "Don't mind me. I'm just healing her." So.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Better than
one
you,
healed you
I
for
might add.
additional 10 HP for the healing kit. And then you heal Phoebe for 20. Is that what you did there?
The last roll was on Phoebe.
Oh, were the first 3 on Michael?
The first one I rolled all the way up there is the initial Michael, so don't know if you saw
Okay,
that
yeah, I
one.
see a 10, a 5, a 6, and a 9.
Yeah.
So you got a 21. No, that's right. That's not wrong. No, I was right the first time. 21 to Michael and then 9 to her.
Yeah, I don't know which one of the dice Lucian took for himself. I saw he healed a bit.
I didn't know
thought
you healed him at all.
I thought the 5.
Yeah, I thought the same as well. So Lucian
Okay, so 5
gets
for
the
Michael.
6.
Or the 5 for Lucian, rather. The
Darius
10
gets
for
the 6,
Michael.
I should say. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I'll just apply a little bit of healing to everybody.
Okay.
Hooray. So, Michael, who's your friend?
Yeah, I think he'd just ignore Lucian
Yeah.
and ask Phoebe like, what happened?
She hesitates for a moment, kind of looking a bit more serious, like an expression on her face, and says, I had heard about a group of undead, supposedly, across the river or across the lake to the north from Valaki. I went to investigate. They were waiting in ambush and attacked me. They took me here, and I believe they were expecting you to come and try to find me, because they had amassed their forces to try to take you all down, knowing that you would.
Wait. So you're saying this was like an ambush for us?
It was, yeah. I believe that this band of assassins and such were hired by Strahd to kill you, because he supposedly, according to the leader, and she like gestures up to the platform again, and says, I think that Strahd has gotten quite irritated with your presence here. But she kind of smiles again, thinking that that's impressive.
That's
Fine.
good. That's really good.
Yeah, I hope
Wow,
so.
Strahd's such a pussy. He would rather send these people to kill me than himself. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
compliment.
typically how he operates. Yeah, he's not really too much of the kind of guy to go take care of himself unless it's something he deems
Yeah.
truly worth his time.
And then I'm gonna ask her and be like, well, I haven't seen any undead in this cave. Either that information, that lead that you received is a false lead, or the undead could possibly be somewhere else here.
She nods more in response to your first suggestion. She says, I believe it was a trap meant to lure me there.
Unless
First,
it,
what essentially transpired is that she was taken up north first because they didn't know who she was, because you hadn't yet arrived there, like none of you have. But then, like, they held her hostage because they was curious, like, why she was there, and then they were gonna, like, maybe interrogate her further or something. But then, not too long after she was taken, you guys arrived, especially like Michael and such,
You're breathing on the mic a little, Darius, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Didn't we run into didn't we save a Vistani girl on the lake from that crazy guy?
Yeah, but there are different bands. They're not all like one large.
Okay,
force.
because I was just worried that we saved some crazy cult girl who's gonna go restart the cult. And
No,
also
no.
kill-
The Vistani are all
Okay.
like different. They're different bands. Some of them are loyal to Strahd. Some of them are just independent. There aren't really any that are like out and out like good and working with any of the towns. They don't trust the natives. They've been persecuted in the past. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, supposedly the information she was given was meant to at least capture her, and then later on they decided they massed more forces in the cave because they heard about you guys and they became like, oh well, if there is another cleric of follower of Hades in the
We should
area, then we can maybe, yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to
But
meet
yeah.
you.
Lucian recommended loot, so I'm gonna have to come up with some loot in a bit. I'll do that in a
Give me
minute.
the loot. Can we do perception checks in here to see if there's, just to see what is in this place?
Sure, I mean, I'm never gonna say no to that. Go ahead and roll whatever you want. Depends on where it is, of course.
I'll stay up. Oh,
Oh yeah, that extra 6. I'll give that to him.
well, 6 plus is short rest, but okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 uses minus.
oh, it's plus the short rest.
No, it's plus.
Yeah, it's
you
meant to
say
be
plus
like plus
4?
the number of short rests you have.
What do you mean? You mean plus matter hit die you have? Is what you mean?
Oh,
Hang on, my mic is, my headphones are a bit wobbly right now. Just continue until they're fixed.
Yeah, it's 1d6 plus 4 plus the additional hit points equal to their maximum number of hit die. Alright, so actually I need to add, everybody needs to add an additional 9. I'll do it for you guys, don't worry about that.
oh,
Wait,
I just did
we
mine,
doubled up.
so don't. I did
Okay.
mine.
I did mine
Alright.
fully as well, but yeah.
Okay, so I'll do it for Michael and Darius.
Okay.
Cole's just completely fine because he was
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, next time, Core, do you want to just do that yourself? Like, wipe out the entire lot of them by yourself? It's-
Sure.
Alright, so with that all done, Lucian, you did a perception check just on the top platform.
Yeah.
Is there anything very specifically you're looking for?
I mean, I assume this was some sort of either torturous chamber or sacrifice chamber, ritual chamber. I don't know. Good stuff, you know.
Just your general initial hunch would be that this was a long time ago, well before that these, like, it wasn't meant for this initial, like, right now. This is ancient, or this is very, very long time
Oh.
ago. This used to be some kind of, probably, a cult temple or something where they would meet in secret kind of thing. You don't exactly know
Yeah.
with any specific detail, but yeah, this is definitely pretty long lasting. It's not recent architecture. Obvious.
I assume these fins are pillars that reach the ceiling?
They actually are statues.
Oh, the statues.
They look like gargoyles, but the assassin woman didn't get the chance to summon them.
Oh my.
Oh. Interesting.
But I mean, you wouldn't know that, so
Okay, so they're
Oh,
just
yeah,
statues to
sure.
us.
Something's telling.
they look like gargoyles, but they're still in their very stone form.
That's a pretty good statue, guys.
So realistic.
Yeah.
Like all
Yep.
So lively. You saw it.
Yeah, I'll come up with loot in a bit. It's easier for me to do
That's
later on. It's nothing like immediately like any quest
Yeah.
items or anything.
Nothing immediately
I'm thinking-
useful, I'm sure.
No.
Is there Shane? Any like like obvious living space? Living- Some packs.
You mean like the place where the people would rest or something?
I think I mostly they're like, you know, a ladder laying. What do you- I mean, I would totally understand if they just like they pick the cave.
As far as what you actually would find that's immediately pressing, Lucian, you find a note on the leader that is from, I don't know if it's from, you don't know if it's from Strahd. It's from the writing is impressive. It's like a very nice, like, penmanship. Very.
We got a note from Strahd before, didn't we? Like way back in the murder
yeah.
house or
I
something?
think so. Yeah, I think you read another note that was directed to different people.
Yeah, not to us.
And yeah, I'm gonna say that this is also written in the same script. So you would know it actually. You're right that it is broad, and it's just saying to keep her alive until further notice. He's sending more forces to help take down this troublesome group that has entered the area recently.
Is there like a return address I could send a letter back claiming to be these guys saying, fuck you, Strahd, we're rebelling against you now?
And then, as far as more information about the immediate area, to the southeast, there definitely seems to be a more rectangular cutout area. So there's some sort of man-made cutout into the stone wall of the cave in the southeasterly direction. You do see like a little something over here, like some sort of other direction, some other pathway to the south, to the eastern side, over here. And then there's a larger pathway to the west.
So, happy reunion, all guys. You guys finished clearing out this cave.
Yeah, any servants of Strahd probably should be taken out. I mean,
Yeah, let's.
any objections?
Um,
No? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
when you say
Go
when
ahead.
you say southeast, you mean this thing?
No, that don't ignore that. That's not an actual thing. It's just it was built into the map before. That's just a large flat surface.
Oh, are you talking about this? Oh, I didn't see that at first. Okay, I
Yep.
see it now.
I was going to
Yeah,
check
and then
that
over
bridge, by the
here-
way, but okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. There's nothing on the bridge in terms of
Yeah, for fighting a bunch of rogues, I'm surprised they didn't use more traps. But okay, I guess these were the poison specialist rogues.
It's more that they didn't expect you to make it across the bridges.
They didn't expect us to teleport instantly
Oh,
up to the top of the.
I mean, that was the point of
They
teleporting to
underestimate.
avoid any traps, but yeah. I honestly thought I was expecting traps.
The only traps they really had was the oozes out in the front, which they were dangerous initially, but it
Okay.
actually permanently damaged Michael's armor, which was interesting. I think it was Michael. Then yeah, all you see down here in this room, there's like a cutout, like a small room, definitely artificial in nature. That you see two dead commoners, or it look like villagers from, well, you don't know where, but
They
definitely don't
appear.
belong.
They appear dead. Do they?
Oh, they're super dead. These
I
people are like,
shoot one of them in the face with the crossbow.
oh, okay. I mean, the villagers are these are definitely people that look like they don't belong, like as far as the Vistani.
I would try to
And they
stop.
are over a week dead, so they're super dead.
Yeah, you wanted to stop her?
I mean, I
Now
would
Micah
not-
would have stopped her.
Yeah, I would not let you just shoot corpses.
I'm like, what are
I
you
wouldn't
doing?
have
We just fought a bunch of rogues here. They're probably doing guerrilla tactics or something.
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to drag one of them out and ask Michael if he the other. Maybe we can at least see if these people had families who were like caring about the people.
When he
If only
stabs,
we could talk to him.
well, when he stabs you in the throat when you're not expecting it, don't cry to me.
He says, okay.
No, these things. No, I mean, they're visibly super dead. Like we're talking like necrosis.
Look, there are
Okay, it
disguise
smells
kits,
terrible.
there are feigned death spells, there's all kinds of ways I could look dead but still be alive. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, Michael knows those spells.
Yeah, I don't know if feigned death can like
Yeah.
make an odor.
I'm
this
just saying in
strong.
general there are tactics that have people pretend to be dead when they're
True,
not.
but yeah, nothing happens when you like move these people. I mean, they smell terrible and dead, and everything is super legitimate. It has been within the last 10 days. It's been over a week. It's been about like 8-9 days. So you're out your limit. But let's just say you do it. You pick one of them. You talk to one of them. What do you want to? What are your 5 questions?
Okay. Let's see. How many questions can I ask?
Ask him if
It's like
he's
5.
dead.
Who's talking to the dead? Me or you?
You, Michael.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, well, who are you?
I can't think of the name. I'll just be cheap. I don't remember is the name, but it does say in response like a follow up like I'm from Valak. Well, not that I would say a name like that. My home is nearby.
Okay. What happened? Well, what
Uh,
happened to you?
Hunting, attacked, I don't know, ruthless, no chance.
Do you know why you were attacked?
Says it makes an assumption of somewhere we should, or somewhere I shouldn't have been, somewhere we shouldn't have been. I don't know what they'll say, something like that. They don't sound entirely sure, like they don't know for certain why, but their assumption is that they were somewhere where they're not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna lean over to Lucian and be like, "Can you bring me a head of one of the assassins?"
Yeah, we can do that. We'll go. This guy
So
has
we
a
got
partially
more-
head.
2 more questions.
Is there anything
I'm
he
thinking-
wants us to do?
I'm thinking it's.
Any unfinished
I'm
business he
thinking it's-
wants?
I'm thinking, was it these people who hurt you, and name of a family member, so we know who to bring him back to. I don't think there's anything else I can get from him.
Okay, then yeah, as far as your 2 remaining questions, and they say,
I show them the head of the, still with the bandana over, because they wouldn't have seen their face, but if they recognize the shape.
the general shape,
Yeah.
the way they attacked or whatever. They say in response to the first question of like if these are the people they were, like they say it says unsure, perhaps they're not entirely confident. They didn't really see them.
Yeah, I doubt they would have exposed themselves fully, so that
Yeah,
checks
and
out.
these are just hunters. These are not like skilled warriors in any way.
Oh, maybe they know the
and
hunter
they-
bodyguards we hired. They must be
And
relevant.
let's just say they give you a name that I don't want to come up with, like, or rather, it gives you a name that you know.
Phyllis.
Let's go with Petrovich.
Petrovich, okay.
Didn't we?
Okay.
There's a bunch of bitches you've met of all
Yeah.
kinds.
This is Eastern.
Yeah, you have no idea how many marks I've run across in the U.S. So.
I can guess.
I could guess, yeah. At least not as ubiquitous or vilified as Chad or Kyle.
I went to.
No, there's apparently at least 145 Mark Johnsons in the army because my email address was mark.c.johnson
He says you got
145.
promoted 7
Wow,
times
that's
in the same day.
But,
Anyway, you got all the information. You got a lot of information. You got a name. You got that they were killed by these assassins, probably because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Do we have anywhere
Essentially-
to take them back to?
Yeah, they got a name. You got a name from the one that you talked to, named Petrovich. That's the only response you got. The other one, you'd have to cast another top of that if you wanted to get
Petri dish.
additional
I know.
information.
like,
But I mean, if you brought back both bodies, it'd be reasonable to assume that they'd be able to identify the other person because they were hunting together.
yeah.
They're both wearing very, very similar clothing of like
Yeah.
a similar class and purpose.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, I'm just trying to discern why the DM would put these two corpses in a little closet here.
Yeah, me
Oh,
I'm trying to
shoot
think
them
of
all.
what
Out of
questions
character-
I would ask.
Out of character, it's just for flavor. It's just that hey, these people went up there, and I'm trying to show how ruthless the assassins were. That you, anything that isn't what the mission is, they would eliminate if it could cause problems for the mission. So like if they came across the cave, it would be like that could be an issue. They didn't want any warning going after you guys ahead of time.
Makes sense.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw one over my shoulder and carry them out.
Okay.
I'm used to the smell of rotting corpse.
Lucian
I'm
would
gonna
be
do the
too.
same.
So each of you are carrying one very dead corpse above on each of your shoulders. Anything more before we leave the cave?
No. Well, I figured we would just pile up all the innocent bodies, like, in the middle, and then finish exploring the cave.
I mean, whatever you wanted, however you want to handle it, that's fine with me. Yeah,
I'm
this
good.
other one. Yeah, this other person is actually a much younger person, like probably a teenager. They've dressed up more like a simple commoner rather than like a hunter. There's like no armor of any kind or anything, and they were being fed to the rock. They use this food, or the rock they were eating.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where.
That's where the rock started out.
Well, I'd ask Phoebe. I'd be like, "Well, you spent more time in this cave than us. Was there anything else that you noticed on your stay here that we should look into?"
She says that while I was here, I of course kept a count of how many there were coming in and out, and tried to differentiate between those that were new or whatever, so that way she could just have an idea of what the force.
Did you overhear anything interesting?
First thing to respond to Michael's question, and she says, there should not be any more that she remembers, like that she killed, or rather, all the ones that you have killed here lines up with the number that she counted before, as far as how many she knows that are around. And then to one's question, which you were, did I hear anything? Not of
She
anything-
speaks Burrow.
Yeah.
What is it?
Vistani.
Vistani.
Yeah, it's essentially like Romani language. Very, very similar. And she says, I had a hard time understanding what they were saying outside of names. They definitely seem to be working for Strahd. That's a name that came up more than once.
I mean, I'm sure we discussed about Strahd more than once, and we hate him. So
Yes. But I think that they were following his command. I don't have any
yeah,
certainty in that, but it seems highly likely. She
we
says,
we did also
I didn't hear anything.
share
to-
what we found out about the letter to everyone. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
think that'd be fine. You pick up the note, the little letter, and you relay it to everybody else, and information is made available. She just says that makes sense. That lines up with everything that happened here.
I agree. That checks out.
okay. One more question.
This is obviously a first trap for you, and then a trap for the person who was trapped for us.
Yep.
So,
One more
double
question.
trap.
Would you like to put on some clothes?
She was wearing clothes. They didn't strip her down that far. They just took off her armor and.
Would you like to wear some armor?
They put them in. She went over here to the Foot Locker and got all her stuff. She's actually now wearing her armor and has normal weapons and stuff.
God
Especially
damn
when you
it.
guys were talking with the bodies. She's all good now.
Would you like
She's
to
actually
join us
wearing
forever?
some nice weapons. I don't know, but probably not. But
Oh.
she's still going to. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her yet. I did not think about it like her joining the party permanently because that was going to be a lot of power that I made in a character.
Well,
No,
It's
yeah.
not as
No,
if
I
you
was,
can leave
I was
the,
going to recommend that she rejoins the order and gets debriefed.
Yeah,
As
that would make
which
more
isn't
sense.
what Michael would want necessarily. He just knows that that's what needs to happen.
That's more procedure. That's what you'd be told to do. Is you were
Hey.
when you talked to that dog thing that was relaying information from the order.
Hmm.
You were asked to check on her status, and she hasn't checked in a while, so she would at least need to do that.
Alright,
and
wait.
then
Wait.
see what happens.
We could work this out. How about Michael leaves and you stay?
I'm going to just turn to the annoying child and be like, annoying child, who are you to discern what needs to happen with what business of the order?
I just figured she'd be more capable than yourself, and besides, she seems a lot nicer than you. And,
Alright,
Phoebe
yeah,
makes
so-
a quip in response to Michael, but well, I want to say something funny. But Phoebe kind of chimes in, kind of says in response to one saying that Michael, like that Phoebe's more capable than Michael. They've always had this rivalry, so Phoebe just kind of nods once in response to that and says, "That may be true," and then starts already like confidently walking toward the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn to her and be like, what the fuck?
See, she's Grease.
And then I'm gonna turn to one and cast Necrotic Shroud, and
What does that do?
my face melts away, and
Ah.
my eyes are just hollow sockets, and my black skeletal wings pop up. As it says, other creatures, so it actually would be every.
Yeah, we had it last time. We had it affect everybody in the radius when she did it. She did it like near
you
Lucy one.
serious?
Oh, well, I'll do my save.
Yeah,
I will choose to fail.
yeah.
I'll try. I'll,
Yeah, you make it.
regardless, I'm
imagine-
gonna be like, ugh.
It's
Kids.
not a great thing. You're not a fan.
No, not happy. I remember what happened last time, and I'm gonna check out this hole in the wall because
When you do that, it's just a cutout in the cave. But then when you like come over in this area, some bats like fly by you. They don't. They like fly past you at first, and they just keep going toward the exit.
can I
I
take a
wasn't gonna make
shot
them
at
enemies
them?
before. I mean,
Oh.
if you want, sure, yeah. They are flying away from you once you disturb them.
They
I
might be
associate
werebats.
bats with, you know, vampires. So
Oh, I mean, that's in a reason. They're not like oversized or anything. These are normal bats from.
I think werebats are just vampires, though.
yeah, I was gonna say a werebat just sounds like a vampire. to
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it like, no, you don't. You don't get to report to Strahd.
Oh, sure. We
But
can't
I don't
shoot corpses,
underrate
but we
that.
can shoot random animals. Sure.
Yeah, you take out a couple. Well, I mean, you wouldn't take out very many with
No,
bullet, but let's say you take
not
like
like
a couple. Not very many more
Yeah.
than that, and they all still keep going. Hell, even faster
Yeah.
than before, and they leave. There's
Yeah,
not much more complicated than that.
that's cool. I just wanted to shoot at him because fuck Strahd.
Hmm.
As I come back out this way, like, oh, hello.
Yeah. Is there like extra passages or something up here? Because it looks like there's a doorway or something.
No, that's again. I should have made that like made the wall further up, but no, that's not a thing. It's just a wall. And then this passageway over here eventually leads to a dead end. You don't see any light or hear anything down that direction. Phoebe said that she doesn't think there are any more people.
Hmm.
And that way does not lead to a way out, like on the western side. It's just eventually a dead end.
Now that everyone's dead, we could like claim this place and sell it off to someone. Say, yeah, there's like a little hideout over here. You could have it for this amount of money. Yeah.
I don't know how you'd be able to claim ownership over it. And also, who would want it?
I'm
I'm
sure
just
there's.
thinking
just makes-
smugglers,
Yeah.
but it's on a lake. You're not gonna get any. Yeah, I doubt the resell on this place is
Very high,
anything. Yeah.
especially with all the blood and bodies.
We could make it
But,
into a
you know,
feature,
what-
you know.
Yeah, that is true. The resale value on homes that have like murders take place in them is like super low.
Yeah.
Especially with multiple murders where the bodies haven't even been moved yet.
Yeah.
Bit of a fixer-upper.
People here are also really superstitious. Yeah, quite a fixer-upper. But yeah, there isn't much more to the cave as far as what you guys would derive. You have been pretty much everywhere.
So I'm gonna take the little girl body or what's left, and the other body, and I'm.
That's a young boy, probably 8 or 9, and it's like, let's say, like 2/3 of it are left, but not much else. It's pretty
Is
mutilated.
it like face left at least?
Yeah, part of it. It's enough that you can tell that this was an 8-year-old boy.
Can I determine how long ago he was dead?
More recently than the hunters.
Like, could I do like a medicine
He's-
check to see how many
he's-
days of?
I mean, yeah, if you want to get something more accurate than that, then yeah, go right ahead.
He's
But
probably fed to the
there-
rock
it's-
live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it visibly dust decayed, so it's obvious from that at least.
Where is it? Medicine.
So let's say that the other bodies were died about 8 or 9 days ago. There wouldn't be so much of a difference between like one day to the next after a while. It would be bigger percent of the time. But anyway, this one is more like 4 or 5 days.
Well, that's
Maybe
even
more like 3
better.
or 4 days.
Am I able to raise dead on him? Because 10-day restriction.
Getting the same.
Oh, I mean, if you want to do top with dead, yeah, or whatever.
It's
That's
raise
always-
dead like resurrection.
Oh,
Oh, don't do that.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with
I
that?
was gonna use the scroll, but that works too.
Oh, well, if it's like necromancy in nature, then yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
but if it's like
Michael and Stevie wouldn't be too privy to anybody being used raised dead. That's kind of something that it would be
Oh,
definitely
right. And I respect
Yes,
Michael's opinion so highly.
true.
I would totally allow this child to remain dead. You know.
Let me make sure. I want to check out raised dead and see if like because
Yeah.
this body's like missing an arm.
Hmm.
I want to make sure that
Yeah, I'm pretty
You
sure.
know,
A dead creature you
limits.
touch to life if it's been dead no longer than 10 days. If its soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin.
it doesn't restore missing body parts. That's really important.
It's
kind
part
of
of its
quality of life
Yeah,
that
it
we
would be,
bring him back.
this thing would have like missing half its face, and it would have no arm. It wouldn't have a very high quality of life. So that's up to you if you want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Then
really
the
up to
last
the
little bit
willing
coming
corpse
back
if he
from the
wants.
dead is an ordeal. The target takes a
Yeah.
-4 on attack rolls. I'm assuming that child's going to be scarred for life,
Yeah.
He's
just
definitely,
Yeah.
psychologically.
he's definitely going to be missing his
Be
arm
heavily
forever. I
mutilated
don't know
child.
about his head.
Yeah, I mean it would live. I'm just saying it would be a tough life without an arm and a very mutilated face.
Being psychologically messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was psychologically messed up, Michael. And I would
Look
still
at
want to
you.
live.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Well, do you, man?
Sass.
I'm either gonna carry the body out or you can raise it and
Okay.
you can walk out.
So, I literally use a medicine kit
Michael's
to.
not going. Yeah, I'm not going to stop. One, I'm just going to solemnly just recommend. Like one, it was unfortunately that creature's time, but do your thing if you.
Well, we'll see. We'll
It's
see.
pretty much the same appeal.
So I use a medicine kit to sew up his arm and face so he doesn't bleed out immediately to when he gets resurrected.
Oh, you'd probably have to go spelunking in a rock's stomach for that arm.
Oh yeah, the guts.
Oh, that's a good point. Can we spot
If,
the
if you
arm?
find it intact, that would be. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
that would be possible. This thing has been being eaten for days. It would, the bones would be.
I don't know. I got pretty good medicine.
there would be nothing left. I mean, you could try, but I can tell you with profound confidence, outside of like a nat 20, you're not going to find anything you can use.
Now I'm
You can
thinking,
try.
like, okay, if I can't use his arm, could I use someone else's arm? Like,
No, you're not. Medicine and construct making are different levels.
Yeah,
of
you're
mean,
gonna make
ability.
this thing into a flesh golem.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just give him a prosthetic or whatever this time period's equivalent.
No,
of
prosthetics are
prosthetic.
still a thing.
It's,
That's
it's
still
essentially
definitely
just like
a
a wooden stick, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of moves
either
around.
that or maybe a very basic machines because we're like in the 1800s kind of thing.
Oh,
Or
well,
setting.
okay. I had
Nothing dramatic, but I'm just saying it would be a very basic machine. Not even machine, just I don't know what to call it.
Steampunky
movable
tech.
prosthetic.
well,
Nothing that dramatic either.
I met a guy who you said was real machines and stuff, right? The
You're
guy-
right. If you wanted to use your favor on that guy, that's totally a thing you could do.
That or not even
I mean,
that, but pull his heartstrings because he's making toys for kids, and here's
Yeah,
this
I'm
poor
sure.
helpless kid. Yeah, I
True.
see that. Yeah,
No, I like that storyline a lot. I like that angle a lot. I actually approve of that. So yeah, you
'Cause
use.
it's not like Lucian. It's not like I didn't want him to be alive. It's just it's unfeasible. But thinking about that guy is
Let me look at where's the map. Where's this guy at? Oh, he was on the map layer. All right. Well, now he's on the token layer.
So I'm like, stand back,
Now
everyone.
he is-
This is the first time I've used this.
The child is alive. Very unresponsive at first. Very hesitant to do much of movement or anything.
I carry him. I just
Okay. That makes
Are
it
you
easier.
okay?
he's
Yeah,
probably
that's
just
fine.
fucking petrified. Yeah,
Yeah. This thing is. This boy is incredibly unresponsive. Like at least he's alive. He's breathing.
You're going to be fine. We're going to get you out of here and get you some help. Seriously. You're fine. Should I do like a persuasion to reassure him or something?
Yeah, actually. Let's see if this thing if he starts freaking out or whatever.
Persuasion. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
That's fine.
Oh, he is panicked
No,
as hell.
No, actually, I'm taking the first roll, so you took a 7 plus 4, so it's still an 11. The 11 is just barely enough to kind of convince him. He's looking around with his one eye, very concerned, but barely is calmed down enough to just not start yelling and screaming. Doesn't look very happy.
What is your
I can only
name?
imagine what the parents are going to. Jesus, I can't. Oh man.
We've got the orphanage if he doesn't have parents. And
True.
I mean, if his parents are like, I can imagine being a parent and just not seeing my kid for a couple days, and then they come eviscerated.
I mean, yeah,
To my
better
doorstep,
than seeing
I'm-
the corpse, right? God.
Myself, a 27-year-old man, is probably going to like
bawling.
fucking pass out.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to be very pleasant. Anyway, I think that's everything in the cave, so we can move
Yep.
on here.
So we now only have 2 rotting bodies.
Right.
We got 2 rotting bodies and a very disfigured child.
So I should remove the diamond from my inventory.
Yeah, if you did it, then
Okay.
that thing is gone.
Oh, I also removed 28 silver pieces for each. Well, 26 now. For
Okay.
all the eyeballs on these people.
Yep.
And since we're by a body of water, I'm just going to kind of glide their corpses into the water and watch them sink.
You know,
Okay.
that's not exactly the
I
best
hope that
place
doesn't
to leave
poison.
bodies.
I hope that doesn't taint the water supply, but I'm sure it'll.
It's running water, it'll be fine.
You don't have a clue whether they were using the water for water purposes, like consumption. But anyway, one second, I need to take off my sweater and I need to take off my
Yeah.
headphones to do that. So give me.
It's like a flash to 2 days later, and they see the body in the lake after taking a drink from the lake. You're like, oh, fuck.
It's running water and it's a giant lake. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Think of all the dead fish
Yeah,
that
yeah.
have just.
And I'm
died
sure that's
here.
not the first corpse it's had inside it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
about
let-
to have another one.
yeah. We let the other guy who you shot just fall at the bottom, so doesn't
Alright.
really matter.
Then I will, I'm back. So you guys are back at the beach. You did whatever you wanted to do with the bodies that you're not taking back to Valaki. And you return to your boat. It's going to be a
Yeah.
bit cramped to take everything you want, but I'll let you do it anyway. It'll be just a cramped voyage to get
That's
everything
okay.
into the boat and over the other side.
It's like that
If
portrait
Darius
of George
wants,
Washington on the Potomac.
Darius can
Um,
There were a lot of dudes in that.
yeah.
Phoebe, though, says to Michael, she doesn't actually seem to be wanting to get in the boat initially, and she says, my boat should be slightly more to the east. And she kind of points and says, I'll head back myself. I need to check in with, I don't know, she'll use the term for your leaders, whatever it is, because I don't have a term.
I
Just
roll
the order.
insight to see if
order.
she's been
Just
mind
call for it.
controlled by Strahd yet.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna insist that I come with her. Me being a
Okay.
member of the order and someone that she can trust.
Okay.
And I tell the rest of the party I'll meet them back at the beach momentarily.
Okay.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Insight from 1, yes, she's telling the truth.
Okay.
Phoebe does start heading in that direction. She doesn't put up any resistance to you joining her. You're alone for a time. You start heading a little bit more eastward, probably about, let's say, about 200 to 300 feet to the east, like more over here, where you guys initially came over here. So near the mouth of the river. You find a smaller but similar style of boat that you guys had. It's tipped over. It's not damaged or anything, but it's like she pulled it onto the shore and kind of tipped it upside down because she didn't know how long she would be in the woods.
That and tights, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she just turns to you and says, again, thank you for coming to rescue me. I don't know how, if ever, if I could have gotten out of their possession.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have figured something out. You usually do.
I didn't take Strahd first. Well, I guess I underestimated him. I heard he was ruthless, but I didn't think that he had become aware of my presence so quickly. I was only in the country for a few days. I arrived at Valaki. I spoke to the local populace, eventually spoke to what looked like a man that looked dressed in similar garb to those back there, obviously implying that it was the Vistani man. He actually spoke to me at the inn, sort of strange now in retrospect. But, yeah, I followed up with lead. I was ambushed, taken hostage. I should go back. We should at least let's go back to the church and send a message back to the higher ups. I want to know that I'm still alive. With that, she tips the boat over and rights it and gets ready to get in it.
Yeah, no, I just tell her that I agree, and we should let the order know that you're fine. As well as they'll probably want you to head back and give them a full debrief.
Yeah. She just nods in understanding and approval. Not a terribly talkative person. Not too dissimilar from yourself. So yeah, the main party, heads back to the beach where you guys initially came from, just north of Malachi, and then the two of you, Michael and Phoebe, come down shortly behind them, probably about 2 or 3 minutes behind. Not nothing too dramatic. Eventually, you all meet back up at
Well,
this.
Before we get to the beach, like
Okay.
on the boat right there. I'm assuming I'm rowing, which makes
Sure.
sense.
Yeah, she's kind of tired and yeah.
Yeah, not too long ago, Michael did something that was kind of out of character for him, which was reviving that dog that was dead.
Yeah.
Out of no
Yeah.
reason, he just did that. And he's just going to be thinking, kind of looking up, and turns to Phoebe, and he's like, "What? You ever wonder what the whole point is for like us? Like what? Like sure, we were raised in the order, trained in the order, fight for the order, and then we die. Like what? There's got to be more to this life cycle that we have that we're missing out on. You ever think about?
She doesn't immediately respond, kind of taking what you've said into consideration. At first, her instinct is to, I guess, sort of chastise you for it, kind of vocalizing any doubts or a lack of conviction. But because she herself has had similar thoughts in recent times, having endured a decent amount of hardship, being beaten and tortured for information back at where she was held hostage, she, after pausing for a time and not immediately responding, after like about a minute of silence, she says, she kind of like says essentially what I was saying. It's like she says, normally I would chastise you for saying such things, but
She'd probably say something more along the lines of, "I would normally just throw you out this boat and leave you to die."
Yeah, be a bit more harsh about it. But of the things I've had to deal with recently, they weren't exactly what I had expected. I guess we've only been off on our own for so long that we still were inexperienced relative to what the veterans, the elders in our order have said many times. So it's something that I can definitely understand, but at the same time, I also understand the. I guess how should we phrase it? She says that she understands the process of life and death and how it has a contribution to the overall cycle of existence that's important to take into account. So although that it may be a hard life to lead, it's still one that can be fulfilling because you're helping maintaining a sort of order in the universe, a higher purpose than just one where being a farmer or a smith or anything else. I guess it has something with a bit more of a larger scope and impact than something that simple.
Yeah, but I see all these creatures just essentially barely getting by, and I somewhat admire them for their tenaciousness in such dire circumstances. And I don't know, I was considering leaving the Order after this mission. I've done enough for them, and we don't get. I've heard this thing called retirement.
Yeah.
What is this retirement?
She-
Not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's essentially once you're done working for something for a long time, they let you go.
She says, I was unaware that we had such luxuries to choose from, though.
Oh, we don't. I'm entirely talking of treason and heresy.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll be
it's just
starting
that
a union next.
She's giving you a bit more credence because of her relationship to you, so she's not being as belligerent and angry as she could be. She says that's understandable why you would think that. This place is quite bleak and quite sapping of one's optimism. You can't really stay here long and have the perspective that life has much value, or taken differently, that it has so much value that it shouldn't be wasted. But I still have faith in the teachings we've taken, we've learned. But I understand your sentimentality and hesitation. It's something that I recommend you take under more serious consideration than anything impulsive. It's something that would certainly shade the rest of your life, and could cause you even more problems, perhaps. By this time, you've almost caught up to the other party, the other side.
Yeah.
You're probably about a minute away at most.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of running around all the time. I'm thinking about just settling somewhere and becoming a medicus, which is essentially like medic, doing autopsies, doctor stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like a mortician or yeah, some sort of doctor of some kind, something in between. She says, that's a life I can understand, and one I've even taken consideration myself. But I know that my skills are better used for taking lives than saving them. She kind of, at that when she says that, she kind of has her axe across her lap, and she kind of lifts it up into the light, and it's this very high quality, very nicely made, and it's got some engravings and stuff in it. It's definitely been customized for her own use and for her own tastes. And she says, but I won't say anything to the elders about any of this conversation. You can go about it however you want, but
I know you wouldn't. I know you better than that. That's why I'm divulging this to you. I feel like you're the only one I can talk to about this, especially in comparison to that rabble that's on that beach over there.
I
she
wave.
kind of gives you a wry smile as you guys get close by. She says, as much of a rabble as they are, they do seem
They have their
simple.
purpose.
And then, as you get closer to the beach, she, you're almost there at this point, almost within earshot at this point, and she says, just so you know, though, she hesitates. She's very hesitant to say this and be any more emotional than she has been, which is not at all. She says that she will miss Michael, having his company and having someone to, I guess, rely on and or compete with. She's
look
not
so good in
close to anyone
comparison.
else in the order.
And I just tell her, I'm like, well, once this is all over and I stay or go, you'll find me. I know you of all people will.
You
Yeah.
know it, and she just nods and says, "You know me. They say I'm one of the best trackers in the order." And with that, you guys the boat hits the beach and the sand, and she kind of gives you another smile, and then steps off the side and helps hoist it up onto the beach and tie.
Yeah, is that dog still there?
Here it goes.
Let's just say, yeah. Let's actually say it came back. It's not been terribly long. We're talking a matter of hours, but it is back there, and it's still in a similar position to where it was before, sitting and staring at you, staring across the lake, then at you when it sees you.
Yeah, because I'm assuming after saving this dog's life, I have essentially an unwanted companion that will follow me
Yes.
against my.
At least as much as it can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's my thing. I'm good for me. Just to fast forward, yeah, she talks because I don't want to hang this up anymore
No, no.
because this is just my spiel. She talks to a corpse, updates the order. Order tells her to go back to the order.
Yep.
And before she leaves, I'm going to tell her that this Strahd is far more powerful than one member can handle. And if the Order is able to spare the resources to, I guess, help us siege or attack this castle, that would probably be the most effective way, other than me just dying for the Order.
She kind of looks in the direction of the castle. She knows you can't miss it anywhere if you come from the eastern side. She did as well. And she says, "Well, you know our numbers aren't great enough to be able to do something as much as like a the Lord's Alliance or something along those lines. But perhaps I could convince them to send a few more." Maybe at least help you or secure an area, any number of other options. All the same, I will definitely take your suggestion to them. And Strahd's reputation is not lost on anyone, though I don't think anybody knew that he had this much influence and this much of a following here. That we figure that he would be more reviled and held in distaste than have a healthy population.
Yeah, I fear the Order has grossly underestimated this vampire, and I'm assuming the Order has like at maximum like a total of 100 foot soldiers, like clerics and paladins, and they're spread out all over the planet. So if they do send anybody, it would be a very small fraction of that.
It'd be like the Grey Wardens.
Like, maybe not too different from that. That's actually a good comparison.
No,
but I would
what's
say
that?
he said the Grey Wardens from like Dragon Age. That's a reasonable comparison, and I would say that you probably can get like a dozen. Would be like the most optimistic thing you could think of. Would be like a dozen would show up.
You probably wouldn't even get.
No, you're not going to. I can just tell you as a DM, you're not going to. But optimistically, as far as what you in character would expect, would probably be like that. Would be the most generous thing they would provide you with. But yeah, we'll see. I'll have to think on that myself because I don't want to make the last fight too easy.
I mean,
Like I can
ramp
definitely
up
want to
our
incorporate
side, you
different-
can ramp up the others just as much.
True.
But yeah, I'm gonna ask Phoebe if she has a horse to make the trip back, and does she?
She says she doesn't, but she does like still like she lifts up a pouch of gold that has at least like from what you can hear and see probably about 30 to 40 pieces, which would be enough I think to at least rent a horse or at least get her to the eastern side.
Yeah, that just whistle Mortem over, and yeah, be like, here you go. Take good care of him.
She's kind of surprised by this. She kind of looks at the horse, very familiar with it, kind of runs her hand over its face. And like you, the horse is not a terribly emotional or expressive animal, even for a horse. And just bows its head in compliance. She puts her foot in the stirrup and gives you one last nod. Gets up on the horse.
I expect you to bring him back in the same condition that I just gave him to you.
She said she lifts up the reins to begin to move along, but before she does so, she lets out a laugh, like something that she's very rarely ever done. Maybe the second or third time you've ever heard her do so. And she says, "That, my friend, you can count on." And with that, she begins galloping off to the east. Yes. First, how she probably planned on getting away is she knows about the Vallaki, the Vistani, and the Serapul, and their reputation and them being able to get out of the country. So she will use whatever the money she now has, which she has a lot more, to be able to help them to get her out.
Yay! And that's my side quest.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
wrapped up rather fast, but
so-
okay.
No, it's fine. I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
you were criticizing
About
me
a
for
second.
not enough RP on my character, so
No, it's
here
good.
you go, one.
It's good.
Just RP the fuck out of that.
It was good. It was fine. I
About a session per person is good.
a
No,
session
it
per
was
person.
lovely.
Okay.
So let's just say now everybody's back in Valaki. You guys have not yet taken the bodies to their respective families, nor have you returned the child, nor have you talked to the little Vistani camp in the forest to the southwest that I'm making up now at the moment, about for Arabelle, the girl that you guys rescued on the lake. So
Got a lot of kids and bodies to return to people.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Is there any sign of the bodyguards we sent on?
Do you guys,
the
you guys
caravan
want to
guys?
split up? Who wants to do what?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did send. That's right. When you did did give Arabelle to the bodyguards and told them to go take her back.
Yeah.
Let's just say the bodyguards meet up with you in the town
Caravan guards, but yeah.
a short time afterward and speak to you. Let's just say one of them does. The other one is at the cart or at the wagon, and then he says, "It's good to see you again." It's being polite, not really caring, not saying with any real conviction.
See you again? Don't really care.
Yeah, exactly. And then he says, "We took the girl back to the camp like you asked us to.
Mm.
All they did is give us some gold." And he says, and he gives you a pouch of say 30 gold. And he kind of hesitates expectantly, but he doesn't say anything. He says, "It should all be there."
Why don't you just hold
Is
on
it
to that?
though? Is it though?
You count 30 total gold pieces, so whether there was more than that, you don't know. But
I mean, I could roll an insight, but I'm like,
I wouldn't want to accost our new hires
Yeah.
though.
that's a good idea.
I'll make him feel really bad if he did rob from me and say, why don't you go ahead and split that between you? Consider that.
Oh yeah, do an insight.
All right, I'll do an insight.
Hesitates to take the pouch back from you, but then he does, and he just offers a smile of gratitude and nods once, and he says, "Thank you, milady," and he kind of does a sarcastic curtsy of sorts, and then just starts heading back in the direction of where you guys left the wagon on the western side of Valaki. Yeah, so that's taken care of. So Arabelle is now a done deal. So now, let's say you look for a named person by the name of Petrovich. Where would you start to do that?
Yeah, so I guess I'm carrying these two corpses over each shoulder, and I'm just walking around like, do you know a Petrovich?
Nice.
Because he's so oblivious to like normal human interaction and whatnot that walking
Yeah.
around with two corpses is like, oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of people give you a great.
They just immediately do a 180 and just run away.
Yeah, either they run away or they just give you a lot of space and don't even bother like answering you or interacting with you or anything. But there is like, you run into like an older woman at first, like later on, after about a few minutes of doing this. This woman's like probably in her 60s or 70s, so she's doesn't give as much of a shit. And says, "Petrovich," you say. She kind of like taps her chin, thinking for a moment, and she kind of slowly turns and points in a direction. And says, "There's a small family in that direction by that name." And that's all she does. She like puts her hand back on her walking stick that she has in front of her. I find that the insight earlier, he didn't seem like he's felt guilty. He just seemed surprised, like genuine shock that you would give them that much money.
Sure.
He took it a lot of money.
So low professionalism, high integrity. Because the curtsy, low professionalism.
Yep.
But he didn't take money from us, so high integrity.
No.
But he does the
Yep.
job, so yeah, that's a good employee in my book.
Quality
Yeah.
employee.
Yeah. He's sarcastic and
He's
a
got
little
an
bit,
attitude. That's okay.
a little bit of an attitude, but he
Oh,
says
yeah.
what he's asked.
Seems
Yeah,
worth
it's like
rewarding.
it's like how I was in the army. I was very sarcastic, but
Yeah.
I did the fucking job.
The best way of going about it. That way you don't lose your mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you head in the direction of that she points, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, you get to a house with a woman sweeping out in front of it, and one of her children is sitting on the like the doorstep, like a small stoop in front of it, playing with like a wooden car or something. Not a car. What am I saying? A wooden horse. And like a toy soldier or something, whatever. And the little boy is probably like 4 or 5 years old at most.
Ugh.
Is mostly like totally unresponsive, like nor rather not really paying attention to anything else, very engrossed up in his playing. But the woman upon seeing you is like really like
Terrified.
quite terrified initially. Like,
There's a guy walking on my property with 2 corpses.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, but she.
And
but
I
she
know
knows-
how I would handle the situation, but Michael's gonna just be very. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
she
but
might
she's
not have
already-
a shotgun though. So.
Yeah, and her husband's been missing for a time, so she immediately jumps to conclusions, probably the right conclusion. But all the
Yeah.
same, she immediately like drops the broom and looks at you with like wide eyes and gasps and like does a little like involuntary cry, like cry out exclamation, which gets the attention of her son, who she then also notices and ushers him inside immediately, like kind of not runs, but walks over to him very quickly and tells him to get inside, and she opened the door for him and like kind of pushes him in. She says, yeah, and she says, just stay inside, and then she turns her attention back to you immediately, like tears already in her eyes. She already knows what's happening. It's been so long, and it's unusual for him to be gone this long. Like, he's a hunter, but he's not gone this long at all. And she just has her hands, her arms, one arm across her chest, trying to keep herself together, the other one on her face, like covering her mouth. She says, who are you, and what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm just going to lay the corpses down on the ground and beckon her to. We've wrapped the corpses, so they're like kind of mummy wrapped.
Ah, yeah, makes sense.
And
Crazy.
yeah.
All right, then she immediately would. First body that she uncovers is actually not her husband, because I want to make this more dramatically interesting. And she's kind of like relieved at first. Oh gosh. Like I can be surprised by my own assholery. Then
I'm
she
going
she's
to
got-
pull down the face cover
Yeah.
of the other one, and
yeah, and she immediately like falls on her back and like her backside, and she like kind of like immediately like moves away, like kicks away with her feet and her hands, like crawling backwards very quickly, like shocked at first, because she set herself up for disappointment essentially, and she has this look of horror, this terror and horror on her face of absolute despair. She just stares up at you and not saying anything for a time, and choking back tears says, where, what, how, what, he was, and she doesn't like really complete any of her thoughts or sentences.
yeah, I would just let her know. Unfortunately, he was attacked by some bandits across the lake while he was hunting, and I'm going to ask her if there's any place in particular you'd like me to bury him.
She just gives you this look of perplexed misunderstanding, like how would someone that's normally doing this not be a bit more, I don't know, emotional or
Sentimental.
emphatic, I would say, like trying to console her more. But she just kind of, her face goes from a look of like sadness and depression to slight anger. She's like resentful of like, well, doesn't explain who you are. What she actually says is, after hesitating for probably about 30 seconds or so, she says, she just points. She actually doesn't say anything. She just points in the direction, and there's a tree nearby that's next to the fence that's has a small amount of like a garden as well as like a cow or something. Nothing crazy. It's a modest place all the same. And she says, just points at right like by the tree. Like there's like a little clearing that has enough space that it would make sense to. You could bury somebody there. Then she says then she points at the other corpse, and then she just then points across the way and like down the way, probably about down the path, and then about 300, 400 feet away. So barely visible through the fog is another house of a similar class and size and architecture, and that's all she says. She doesn't act like, or does, and she just brings her hands up to her eyes and begins sobbing, not doing anything else. And like as she's doing this, the son like opens up the door and like peeking out the front and looks at her mom, at his mom, and is concerned, but also knows not to disobey. So he's just got this look of confusion and concern.
Yeah, I'm just gonna carry the body over to the tree, take out my shovel,
Is
take a grave.
Oh, sorry. Is the rest of the party with him right now?
That would be up to the party. He went off on his own, at least. So you guys could come with him if you want.
Yeah, that.
Lucian would be off doing the kid.
Not sure. I mean, very
Yeah, I figure. Yeah, a lot of people. I would definitely see one being more concerned about the mutilated kid and tending to his needs.
I was going to say
and
she was like going to make a crack about you're a real people person, aren't you, Michael? But as he's walking away.
So yeah, let's just say Michael did everything on his own, and then the rest of you actually are all with the child, the kid.
Sure.
Yeah, and we can surmise that the wife told me the identity of the other individual, and
Yeah, that
essentially
was her
the
pointing at the other house and all that. She didn't give you a name or anything. She just said like that body, that house, and then a very
and then
similar
essentially
tale happened.
of the same
Yeah,
situation.
very similar. More children in the other house of various ages, but a very similar account all happens. The second one is a lot more angry, a lot more frustrated like angry at him, angry at the husband for leaving and being reckless. She always says like, you shouldn't go out in these woods.
My mother was right about you,
Yep, pretty much.
idiot.
Yeah, not that like not that crass, but she definitely is angry, and she's going that direction with her emotions rather than just pure despair and anguish like the previous one. Anyway, so that gets resolved. The bodies get to their respective places and buried and taken care of, traumatizing all those involved except for the one doing the burying. And this is typical for gravediggers.
Yeah, 5 gold to each family member. I wouldn't hand it to them. I'd just leave it on their doorstep and leave. So minus
Okay.
10 for me.
Yeah, with the first group, no one takes it. She just doesn't even know about it until after you've left, because she's just like too distraught and hasn't paid any attention. The second one, actually, burying a body takes too long for that to happen. She wouldn't be indisposed that long. She would have gone back inside and then seeing the gold, like a little pouch of gold, and come out and just like rummaged it, like ran it through her fingers, and then just takes it and throws it inside of the house with like a loud.
Yeah.
So she's angry. The second one The wife is still yelling and grumping real hard back in like the living room area in the house, while like an older son, probably around 13 or 14, comes out and takes the gold and all that. He's trying to handle it as stoically as possible, but like anybody, they're all in some state of distress or not. But he's trying to be the man of the house because he's the oldest one there. Yeah, that's how all that goes down. Now we'll go back to Lucian 1 and Darius and Cole. Let's write about Cole, please. They're all together. Somebody left. That was Lucian. Well, luckily he's not the lead. Let's say 1 year, like the one that's primarily running this thing with this.
Yeah,
kid.
I mean,
And
where were we
you take
traveling?
Let's say you would. Let's
Yeah,
go to
that's-
the church first. I think it'd make the most sense that you would go there, because either the father would know where the kid lives,
Yeah.
or could take care of the kid if he doesn't.
I see.
I think I cut out. I was saying, I assume since the kid's healed up from one, I would, unless someone else was like doing stuff with him, I would volunteer to take him somewhere to get him help, and then go
Yeah.
to the toy shop.
Oh, if you wanted to do, I think you should do that second after determining like whether he has parents or not. We'll go to the church first, and then we'll go to the toy shop second. I think
Okay.
that would be the most prudent thing to do.
I cut out, so I couldn't hear what you guys.
No,
were
it's
saying.
fine. Don't worry about it. You guys head to the church. You see the father that you've known many times. He's in. At first, he's in typically his normal, I would say, good spirits, quote fingers. He's in a positive mood, or at least trying to put on a face that he always has. But when he sees the child in this state, he immediately moves forward and like tries to puts out his arms to like signal that he will either take the kid or at least wants to look at it. And let's just say you guys comply, at least so far as letting him see the child more. And he says, "Oh, it's what was another fucking name? Voronovich.
Voronovich.
A lot of bitches. Voronovich and the Voronovich's son, boy. And he kind of has this. He hesitates for a time, like trying to collect himself because he's like running through so many thoughts. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm like,
Jesus.
sorry to ruin your mood there, Father Lucian, but at least we got a situation with this kid. We need to take care of him first, of course.
Yeah, he says they came to me a few days ago, wondering if I'd seen him. I could not give them any information. We know he's always been an adventurous child and would go out and roam the countryside, much to his parents' great displeasure. And he's like he's holding back tears of his own because he's a very empathetic and a serious emotional person. He cares about people a great deal. And he said, after collecting himself for time, he lets out a big sigh. He says, go down the street in this direction. It's actually pretty close by to where Eric Keeper lives.
Sure.
Like on the same street, just a few houses down.
Yeah.
And it says, go take him there. That they'll be glad to see him all the same.
So, well,
He realizes what he said, and he just feels ashamed for saying it that way, but he says that regardless.
Yeah.
And then he stands up slowly and
don't know if you realise this, but
Yes,
he is missing an arm. I don't know if you're aware. I'm not too sure how the parents might react to his injuries. And
yeah, and he notices that, and he says,
no, I just like maybe he assumed he already had an arm missing or something. But yeah.
oh no, he would know. It's like he just says, this poor child, and he says, at least you found him all the same.
Oh yeah.
Let me know
We
it.
found him in the belly of a Drak. But
Yeah.
don't worry,
And
we're gonna get that fixed.
And some asshole tried to convince me
Yeah.
not to raise him. I don't know.
The father says in response to all this news, he's like, just standing up, he's just rubbing his forehead, trying to take this all in. Like, geez, you guys are always coming in and causing so much chaos one way or another. He says, let me know if the parents need my help with anything. I'll gladly do what I can to.
If they're
help
in distress,
some way.
I'll send them your way. Sure, and you can try to console them, possibly, I should say.
And then
this
he
is
says,
usually- I feel like you're being unfair. Hey, it's usually other people chaos. We just clean up.
True. He didn't actually say that, by the way. That was just him. That's his emotional state as far as him always being caught off guard by you guys.
It's always something with you people.
It's always something.
But then he says, right as you guys leave, he says, I'm gonna try to come up with something interesting for Luthander. May the sun may always guide the path before you. And then he kind of does a symbol, like a gesture with his hands that has some religious significance.
So I
And then
hear
he
him say,
returns back to it.
sorry, I hear him like say the meaningful religious thingamajigginess, like may the sandwich of the keeper be forever with you, and I like do a made up signal with my hands. It's like
He just kind of offers you as much of a forced smile as he can of gratitude, if you want to call it that. And he returns back to his people, talking to like a nun nearby who has been looking on with great interest and, well, more of concern. Like she's has her hand over her face and terrified.
sure.